is Breyonna, and today we're going to be sitting down and doing a full face makeup tutorial using products that just did not really work out for me. And I know the title of this video says products I hate, but hate is a really strong word, and some of these products, you know, they're not like the worst thing I've ever used, but they're definitely not the best. But today I just thought we would sit down and test them all out and, you know, see if, you know, they're really as bad as they were for me when I first used them. Because I'm one of those people, sometimes when I first use a product, I will really hate it and be like, man, this sucks, and I just want to throw it in the garbage. But then later on, you know, after a couple of months, I will retry it and then it'll become a new favorite of mine. Now, I'm just saying, before we test out everything, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page or my TikTok, it is at Breyonna as well. So off camera, I prime my eyes using my P. Louise base because I do want to give the eyeshadow palette a fair shot, and you guys know I always like to use a heavy primer before going in with my shadows. But the palette that we are going to be using today is the Beauty Bay Sunset Horizons. And this is a really pretty palette with a really pretty color story. Like, oh, it is absolutely gorgeous. But unfortunately, the formula is just not it for me. Like, it's just really hard to work with. And some of the mattes in here are just really finicky to use. And if you'd like to see my original review using this palette, I'll have it linked in the description box down below for you. So I'm first going to dip into this pastel baby pink here. And this one is called Dusk. And I'm just going to be taking it on this brush from Profusion. It's an ES3. I'm just going to be taking it in my crease and then blending it upwards towards my brow. And this is going to be acting as our transition shade today. But I mean, so far so good. I mean, like, the pigmentation's really nice. There's a little bit on the dusty side. But again, it looks really nice and smooth on the eye. And I'm just going to go in with a second layer and just to help kind of like build it up. I'm also going to round out this outer edge as well. But I mean, for a pastel, I think it's acting really nice. Like, again, it doesn't look chunky or funky. So now I'm just going to dip into this hot pink right here, and this one's called Flamingo, and it looks really bright in front of the pan. And I'm just going to take it on this brush from ColourPop. It's an E22, and I'm just going to be popping that right, again, in that crease. And then blending it upwards. I mean, so far it's a really cute shade, but it, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like over blending itself. So I'm going to take that brush that we applied Dusk with and kind of like feather out this edge. It's like not even adhering to my eye that well. I'm just going to take a little bit more and really like amplify it. Again, like, it's really pigmented. It just kind of gets everywhere. I don't know why, but in person it doesn't look chunky, but on my camera I can see it's kind of giving me like this weird like harsh line situation right here, and it's also over blending itself anytime I try to fix it, so you know, I'm just going to leave it right now. But the next shade I want to go in with is this really dark purple right here, and this one is called Twilight, and I'm just going to take it on this brush from Morphe. It's an M456, so it's a really small little pinch blending brush, and I'm just going to take it the long way and apply it in my crease. Just to kind of like deepen up this pink. You see what I mean though? Like, this is why I don't like this palette. Like, look at that. It's like literally like pulling up the shadow. It's applying really funny too. So I'm gonna pack it down instead. See if that makes a difference. I guess, yeah. Then I'm gonna take that brush that we applied the hot pink with and kind of like fluff out the edges. And you can see it's like literally lifting the shadow right underneath. Again, I knew what I was getting myself into, but I had like high hopes that maybe it would work a little bit better this time, but I don't think that's going to be happening today. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of that purple and pack it all over my lid. We're just going to go for a really like vampy look today. Gotta be honest, I can't even get these edges to blend out where I want them to be. You know what, I think it's just going to have to stay how it is. I mean, look how patchy this purple looks. Do you see this? And look, I'll even take like a little bit more of the purple and like try to fix it. And it just doesn't do anything. I'll show you guys on the other eye too, because this one's even worse. You see what I mean though? It doesn't even fix it. I don't think there's hope for the eye look. You know, I think we're gonna just have to wait till lashes get applied to make it look a little bit better. But I'm just gonna go in with this shimmer shade right here out of the palette. I haven't used this one yet. It is called Stargazing. It's kind of like a grayish smoky purple. Looks really, really pretty. But I'm just going to take it on my finger and apply it to the center of my lid and hope that this kind of like fixes the chunkiness we have going on. You know, I think it actually is kind of doing something. You know, honestly, like that's actually a really pretty shimmer shade, and it's also really, really reflective. Like, don't get me wrong, like the shimmer is actually really nice. It's just that purple around it is like lifting the more that I apply the shimmer. Like, it's just a hot mess. So I'm gonna try to fix it with this liquid shadow from e.l.f. I don't hate this product, I actually really enjoy it. This is the one in shade Purple Rain. It's kind of like a smoky purple. And I'm just going to apply it to the center of my lid and kind of like feather it out. Because again, sometimes, you know, glitter can fix things and make them look a little bit better. So I'm kind of hoping for that right now. So for liquid liner, I'm just going to go in with one of my favorites. This is the NYX Epic Ink. And I'm just going to do a really thick winged liner. I'm one of those people with liquid liners. If they don't work or if they give me a hard time, I just throw them right in the garbage. Because I do not want to deal with a liner that cracks or flakes or like smears. Because I just don't got time for that. And also I am one of those people, once I find a liner I really like, I just stick with it. Especially like this one where it's really affordable and I can just get it at the drugstore. And I'm making this tail like really thick too because I have like this chunky weird spot right here and I'm trying to mask it. So for mascara today, we're going to be going in with this one from Maybelline. It just recently launched and everybody is obsessed with it over on TikTok. This is the Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara and I have the waterproof version right here. But I don't like this mascara. I know a lot of people really enjoy it and everybody raves about giving them so much length and volume. But for me, it just does not work like that. Like, it does not give me any length. It only gives me like a little bit of volume. But the thing I don't like about this mascara is that it flakes terribly throughout the day. Like, I don't know what it is about this mascara, but like, it's not cute at all. And it also makes my lashes look so droopy at the end of the day. Like, not only does it flake really bad, like I literally get so many specks underneath my eyes, but my lashes literally fall down with this one. And even though I wear falsies, you can see like my natural lashes will kind of like droop down and then my falsies will be like staying up where I put them. And it just looks so weird. I don't understand why this one's hyped. So for lashes today, I'm just going to go in with these ones from Sugar Pill. Again, they're not a bad lash. I actually really enjoy these. They are in the style Plush and they are like really, really thick. I can literally feel this mascara on my lashes. It is driving me nuts. But to apply my lashes, I'm just going to use my favorite glue. This one's from Duo. It is the Quick Set Strip Lash Adhesive. Again, if you wear lashes like I do, you need to try this. It is so good because you don't have to wait for it to dry down. I don't know if these lashes are going to work with this eye look or not because they usually look the best with like a really like elongated eye look. But with this thick liner, they might look okay. I'm not too sure. So for primer today, I'm just going to go in with this one from e.l.f. It is the Poreless Putty Primer. I know a lot of people really like this one, but it just did not work for me. I don't know, I just don't really think it makes that much of a difference. But I'm just going to take like maybe that much on my hand. Just like the tiniest amount. Rub it between my fingers and kind of like warm it up. And then I like to focus it in the center of my face and then kind of like bring it outwards. So for foundation today, I'm just going to use this one from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. And I know a lot of people really like this one. And when I first used it, I was just not into it. It clung onto my dry spots. It creased on me. It was just not cute. But now I feel like I got my skincare routine down a little bit better. And I'm not as dry with my skin either. And I also do prefer lighter coverage more than I did when I first tried this one. So I have high hopes. Maybe it will work for me. I'm just going to apply a little bit on the back of my hand. And ooh, that like sprayed everywhere. Like that got on my shirt. Ugh. Like, why did it do that? I must have been storing it at a funky angle because it literally like sprayed everywhere. But I'm just going to apply it using this dampened sponge. Ooh, it smells really perfumey. I forgot that this had a scent to it because, oh, dang, like that is really strong. And also, this foundation is pretty yellow on me. You know, it's not like the worst color match, actually. It's just a little bit more yellow than I normally go for. Not terrible, though. You know, honestly, I kind of like how my skin looks right now with it. Like, it's giving me coverage, but without feeling heavy. Like, it's definitely like a medium buildable foundation, though. Again, I feel like why I didn't like it before is because I didn't have my skincare routine down. You know, I had a lot of texture, dry spots, I had acne. And I'm one of those people, when I have acne spots, they kind of like dry up and get like flaky and like just this weird texture around them. But now I don't really have that because I started using 10% niacinamide, and let me tell you, like, that is like the biggest like life-changing thing I've done for my skincare routine. It has literally gotten rid of my acne. Like, I'm obsessed with it. And also it's like a $10 serum. So I mean, it's like really affordable and it works really well. Now I'm just going to cream contour using my Fenty Matchstick in the shade Amber. Again, I really like this product. It is one of my holy grails. And I'm just going to take it using this brush from Morphe. It's an E63. And for concealer, again, I'm just going to use this one from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Full Wear. And this concealer isn't like the worst concealer I've ever used. It just does not give me much coverage. But I will say I really like the color of it, and I do like the doe foot applicator. Like, she is thick. And I'm just going to apply just like a teeny tiny amount. And then I'm just going to blend it out using my sponge. Again, I've like used this concealer in the last like 6 months. It's just not like the first thing I'll reach for. It's just okay. And I also feel like sometimes if I don't set it right away, it really will crease fast on me. And then to set my face, I'm just going to go in with this powder from Cover Effects. This is the Perfect Setting Powder. And this isn't like a bad powder. It actually works really well for smoothing things. But what I don't like about it is that it really oxidizes my foundation. And also, I hate the packaging. I hate the ones that have like this sifter that isn't like 100% removable. Because it's just so hard to like dump it out and get the right amount. But I'm first going to use it underneath my eyes and in my smile lines. Because if I'm going to crease anywhere, this is where it's going to do it first. You see what I mean though? Like, it really like blurs everything. It's just like throughout the day, you know, after like 8 hours, sometimes I notice that this can really like make my foundation turn a different color. Who knows? Maybe it won't do it today because I'm using a different foundation with it. But in the past, it has made me kind of look like an Oompa Loompa. So for bronzer today, I'm just going to use this one from Tarte. This is the Park Avenue Princess. And I remember in the past that this one looked really splotchy on my skin. But I don't remember if it made me look like an Oompa Loompa or not. Because now looking at it, it actually looks really cool tone in the pan. But I'm just going to be taking it on this brush from Eyeliner. This is an complexion brush. It's kind of like an angled one. I love it for bronzer and contour powders. No, that's actually not a bad color. But the true test, though, is around my forehead. The more that I look at it, though, it does look pretty funky on my forehead. And it's kind of like accentuating some of the texture I have on it, too. You can kind of see it looks splotchy, like right in this area. It's not applying like 100% smooth. So for blush today, I'm just going to go in with this one from Benefit. It is called Georgia. It's a really pretty kind of like shimmery peachy color, but oh my gosh, like this is like the splotchiest blush ever. Like, it just does not look good on the skin. And also, it barely has like any pigmentation to it. But I'm just gonna pack it on my cheekbone. You see what I mean though? Like, there's like literally nothing going on. You can kind of see it gives a little bit of a sheen to the skin, but that's about it. It's one of those blushes, if you keep applying it, it just gets like really splotchy looking. So I'm gonna try to not apply too much of it. Like, there is literally like no color on my face right now. Like, oh my. And the shimmer in this blush acts really weird too. Like, if you have the slightest amount of texture, it fully like accentuates it and makes it look really weird. So for highlighter today, I'm just going to go in with this one from Kaleidos. This is called Diamond Dasher, and it is a Space Age highlighter. And this one's kind of like a peachy color. I don't know, I'm just not really into this one. Like, it's okay, but it's just not a wow to me. I also don't like the packaging of these. Like, they're just really weird and clunky. And also, like, the top part is like a metal tin, and it just feels like it's gonna fall off at any moment. And then this bottom part is like a rubberized texture. And I will warn you, this is one of those highlighters that really accentuates texture too. So you want to be a little bit careful with it. So for lipstick, I'm just going to go in with this one from e.l.f. It is the Liquid Matte in the shade Tea Rose. And why I don't like this is because it applies really funny and it accentuates any dryness. But I will say the color is really pretty and the applicator is really nice. I also do not like how it smells. Like, it just smells really off to me. But again, like, the color is really pretty. It's just the formula is terrible. This one also cracks for me too. Okay, I had used a lip liner to get the shape where I wanted it to be because it just kept on like pooling around the edges and like really frustrating me. But now we're going to start working on the lower lash line of the eye look, and what I'm going to do is first go in with that dark purple. Again, this one is called Twilight. And I'm just going to be taking it on this little brush from Kaleidos and running it right underneath my lower lash line. Doing back and forth motions. Now I'm just going to go in with Flamingo on this little shader brush from Morphe and then run it right underneath Twilight to diffuse it. So for the inner corner highlight, originally I was going to go in with this shade right here called Coconut, but it has an overspray and it looks so much darker once you take that first layer off. I don't know why companies still do oversprays, like it's so irritating. But instead I think I'm just going to go in with this blue color right here just for something spicy. And this one is called Oasis. And I'm just going to take it on this little pencil brush from Luxie. This is a 217. And so far it actually looks really cute. I wasn't sure if it was going to look too dark or not. Because unfortunately this palette just doesn't have any really good inner corner highlight shades. So I'm just going to go in with a third layer because I want it like super bright for the inner corner. Oh yeah. Now that is really pretty. It's like super reflective too. You know, after applying everything, I will say in the end this look did turn out. Again, it's not my favorite look I've ever done, but it's definitely not the worst look I've done either. Like, I feel like I could go to the grocery store right now and I feel fairly confident, you know, going there. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have to wash my makeup off before going, if you know what I mean. But I will say the more that I do look at myself in like my viewfinder or the mirror next to me, I can definitely see the flaws of this look. I mean, like my bronze is looking so chunky and weird right in here. And like right where my blush is over in this area, it is really accentuating the texture of my skin. It's just looking like a hot mess. And also my eyeshadow look, like that is probably the worst thing of this look because it is just looking choppy and messy. I will say after using everything today, there are a couple of products I really want to try more, and one of them is this L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation, and I was not expecting to like this at all, because again, like when I first used it, I hated it so much. Like it made my skin look so nasty and disgusting. It really like clung onto my dry spots and my acne, and it just was a hot mess. But now that I have my skincare routine down, I feel like it actually looks really nice on my skin. Like I could really see myself enjoying this one. I also want to start experimenting more with this Cover FX powder. I don't know, like I just thought it looked really nice on my skin. It hasn't oxidized this foundation either. And I just like that it gives me like this blurred effect underneath the eyes. I don't know, I really like these two products together, and actually I really liked it even with this primer from e.l.f. Like I don't know, there was just something about my base today. I thought it looked really airbrushed and really beautiful. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, because if you'd like to see them, I'd be happy to film them for you. But as always though, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page or my TikTok, it is @Breyonna as well. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!